Hi friends, hello, hi, how are you? I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. Hello and welcome to today's video. Today's candle of the day is Pheromones by Forever Mood. This is the one that's currently in my office on my desk. I've just been loving it. It has like a real Valentine's Day feel, which is very cute. So I've been burning this one a ton lately. If you hear any noises like snorting or sniffing or barking or crying, I have my dogs in my office with me today while I'm filming. They are all vibing, so just to be aware. So today's video is one that I'm very excited about. I think it's a really fun and interesting concept, and that is ranking YouTuber music videos. I've seen other YouTubers make videos kind of similar to this concept where they rank like YouTuber songs, but I've never seen someone rank just purely the music videos. So basically today I'm going to be channeling my inner Nick DiRamio, and I'm going to be trying to break down what music videos from YouTubers I think are the best and which ones I think are the worst. So if you're interested in that and you're interested in hearing me roast some terrible music videos and also give credit to the good ones, it's not all negativity here. There's some positivity happening. If you're interested in that, keep watching. Before we jump into it, today's video is sponsored, so let's quickly roll to that. Hi friends, Editing Me here, and today's video is actually sponsored by Glaze. Now this is actually a new product for me. I've only been using it for the last about month, but I cannot tell you how much I love this. I feel like because of COVID and everything going on, I've been going longer and longer periods of time in between dyeing and coloring my hair. This is pretty close to my natural hair color, but I definitely do it a slightly darker than what my natural is, just because my natural is a little bit more of a like mousy brown, and I really like the more dark chocolatey brown. But anyway, I've been going through longer stretches of time where I haven't been coloring my hair and I haven't been getting my roots touched up, and a lot of times with color treated hair you really start to lose that sort of like salon vibrancy. So Glaze has been incredible in helping me maintain my color. So Glaze, which is a semi-permanent color conditioning gloss, really just helps enhance your natural hair color and really gives you this vibrant color, kind of like you just went to the salon, but without the mess of having to dye your hair all over again. I am not good at dyeing my own hair. I've tried it a few times before. It goes absolutely horribly for me. This product is amazing. It's completely mess free. I feel like you can really see in pictures the sort of before and after. Like you can see how rejuvenated the color is and also just how much shinier it is. I use the Glaze Blazing Brown shade. This is one of their darker shades, but they have 9 shades that you can choose from that are all color matching. And also they have this clear transparent gloss, which I used for the first time 2 days ago. In love. I didn't feel like I needed as much of a color touch up, so I tried this one. Absolutely obsessed with the results. It just gives you, again, that beautiful sort of just left the salon glow that I am obsessed with. I feel like the more you use this product, the better it makes your hair look. Like you don't have to only use it once. I basically just do it every time I really do a deep wash with my hair, and I find that the results are amazing. The other cool thing is that if you love the product, you can sign up for their subscription, so you get 10% off your purchases. So you basically just get it re-delivered every month, your exact hair color. And also, if you don't like the product and it doesn't work for your hair and you're not seeing results, they do have a money back guarantee, so you can try it without the risk of losing your money if you don't like the product. If you're interested in trying Glaze, you can use discount code SmokeyGlow20 for 20% off your first order or first month of subscription. Thank you so much to Glaze for sponsoring this video, and again, you can check out my link down below and use code SmokeyGlow20, and let's jump into the video. All right, so we have our ranking here and we have our tier list. We have the labels of iconic, decent, very meh, bad, and the worst ever. And we have a plethora of different YouTuber and also TikToker music videos that I threw in here. I feel like TikTokers have been putting out just like a ton of music lately, and there's some good and some not so good ones, and I thought it'd be fun to go through and look at them as well. We have some throwbacks in here as well, some like really older music videos, and we also have more of the newer ones. So let's jump into it. The very first music video I want to talk about is actually from Dixie D'Amelio, and that is the Be Happy music video. My initial instinct is to put this in meh. Here's the thing. I actually don't think this music video and song are horrific. Like, I don't think they're terrible. I also don't think it's good. I will say when Be Happy, which was her first ever like single, first came out, as much as I didn't really like the song, it achieved the goal of getting stuck in my head constantly. Like, I was constantly singing the chorus to this song because it is annoyingly catchy. I will probably put this in very meh. I feel like that's a safe space to be in. I don't think it's particularly horrific. I think also too though, the thing about this is after watching the D'Amelio show on Hulu, I have like a weird, not appreciation, but I have like a very weird empathy towards the D'Amelio kids, and also think that Dixie is actually, out of a lot of like YouTubers and social media stars who are trying to do music, I actually think that she does have a nice voice. She sang on the show without autotune a bunch of times, and I actually really enjoy her more like raw and authentic vocals. I think they're actually good. Like, she's not Beyonce, but she's also not terrible. So I'm gonna put Be Happy and meh. I think the video is kind of lame. Basically, they just shot it at her home with her dog, and that was it. I guess I'm more giving points because there was a dog included in the video, and the dog was very cute. So overall, this wasn't like the best thing I've ever seen, but it also wasn't the worst. There's been way worse YouTuber music videos, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this meh. I really should like sound button that noise. Meh. Okay, and next we have EXO Brooklyn's My Crown. Funny story about this. If you don't know about this whole situation with EXO Brooklyn, she's basically a TikToker. She got really famous for doing princess POVs, which I didn't know was a sentence I would ever utter in my life, but here we are. She basically got really famous on TikTok for pretending to be a princess and like doing all of these like princessy things. People really liked her, and she's also very like body positive. She's really young too. She's only 17. She's from Canada, moved to the United States, and she gets a lot of hate on the internet. There's a lot of reasons for it. I know that she was in a bigger scandal probably about a year ago, and also I think people just in general don't like her. I don't know why. She's not like bad or annoying or anything like that. She just kind of exists and people hate her for existing. So she decided that she was gonna put out this single, which is called My Crown. Again, something about these TikTok kids, they really create choruses that get stuck in my head. This song got legitimately stuck in my head for so long, and she posted this music video, she posted the song, she made a big deal about it, said she was starting a singing career, said she had an album coming out. And basically the whole thing was just a very elaborate joke. Like, it was just basically her trolling because she was like, I can't sing, I'm not a singer. I just thought it'd be funny to mess with people, and she did. A lot of people believed that this was real, and a lot of people gave her a lot of shit for it. However, it still counts, I think, as a TikTok or YouTube music video, and I think it was kind of interesting. I don't know that I want to call it a social experiment because I don't know if that's the right word for it, but it was definitely a very interesting prank. I feel like pranks on YouTube have gotten really boring, so I appreciate that this one had so much effort and work put into it and was legitimately creative. It also wasn't actively harming anyone other than her because people were just shitting on her for no reason. I think the fact that she was in on the joke is what made this better for her, but regardless, the song is actually pretty bad. It's not a very good song. It does have a very catchy chorus, but the actual lyrics of the song are not great. However, she said she wanted them to be not great. I will say the music video wasn't awful. It was like well produced. It had some like cameos from TikTokers, which I think was kind of cool. The concept was basically just that she was like this girl in high school that everyone hated, and then she got to be prom queen, but they did like a Carrie style slime poured all over her thing. It wasn't terrible. I'm probably gonna put this in bad. But to be fair, it wasn't really meant to be good. Like, it was meant to be satire. She basically wrote this song with another like writer from the perspective of what she thinks people think of her. So while I am putting this in bad, you know what? I'm almost tempted to put it in iconic. I'm not gonna lie. It's not a very good music video and it's not a very good song. But it's almost, the concept of it is almost so iconic that I am really tempted to put it up there because I genuinely feel like that's so iconic to just like troll the entire internet. and just like make them think that you have a good voice and a record deal, and then be like, just kidding, it was all a lie. I think the best part, you know what, I'm gonna put this in iconic for now. I might change my mind later, but I'm gonna put it there for now. The best part about this was after she released this single, she was like, oh my God, guys, I'm putting out an album. And she released her album on Spotify, and it was just a bunch of different covers of My Crown, this song, from like a bunch of different people. Like it was like screamo music and hip hop, and the original songwriter did a cover of it. They did like a bunch of different stuff. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and call this iconic. Do I think it was a good music video? No, but I think the concept of this is fascinating, and I think it's very funny what she did. So I'm gonna go ahead and call her an icon for now. I feel like that was an iconic thing to do. Next, we have Addison Rae's It's the Obsessed music video. I'm not gonna lie. Number one, I don't like this song. It's not my vibe. I get why they gave her this song, like her record label, because it's definitely good to do TikTok dances to, but I think in general the song is pretty bad. It's just very generic bubblegum pop music, but like not in a very good way. There's nothing like interesting about it. And the video is very weird because they keep having these two flashing cut scenes between her dancing in this like white outfit that you can see in the picture, and also her in this like red wig on a motorcycle. There's just no concept to it. It feels like they just got a soundstage and had a motorcycle as a prop, and they were like, let's do it. I guess this is it. Like that's what it kind of feels like. I think that the music video was very dance focused because Addison Rae is known for being a dancer on TikTok. However, I do question the choreography choices that they gave her. A lot of them just didn't seem to fit her vibe, and I found that her backup dancers were honestly just outshining her in this performance. Like they were doing a much better job dancing than her. They just like, she kind of like blended into the background, which is never what you want in your own music video. You never want to not be the center of attention, but these dance moves were just not her brand. I don't think this is like the worst ever. I think it's pretty bad though. I do think it's bad. I don't understand this. I guess it's kind of like the Disney Channel effect, this obsession with all like YouTubers and TikTok stars to have music careers. It almost feels like the next natural step for them. By the way, this is me announcing my music career. This video is my launch. My single, At Home With My Candles, will be out next month. So, I'm just kidding. So yeah, this, it'd be funny. At Home With My Candles. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in just the bad. It's not great. It's not amazing. It's certainly not the worst thing I've ever seen. Next, we have Trisha Paytas. This is from the Thick music video. There are a few people on here that are on here a couple of times just because they've had a couple of more sort of like famous videos. But this is the Trisha Paytas Thick one. I feel like one thing I want to give Trisha Paytas, and this is what I'll say. Their music videos are always very well produced. Like, very well made, very high quality. There's sets, there's lighting, there's professional like backup dancers, there's professional sound, there's professional everything. Like Trisha Paytas does not half-ass the music videos that they produce, and I have to give them that of like, I watched a bunch of them for this video to pick the ones I wanted to talk about, and I liked this one because I just liked the vibe of the music video. It was very like actually uplifting and like nice. I actually really enjoyed it. I wasn't anticipating enjoying the song. It's not something I'm gonna play in my car, but I didn't hate the song. Like I liked the vibe, the message. In general, this music video was actually very good. Do I think it's an icon level? No, because the song still was bad. This is the downfall for me of a lot of these music videos, is that Trisha Paytas can't sing at all. Like, they cannot sing. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I appreciate the fact that they spend tens of thousands of dollars trying to live their music video dreams. Like, I can appreciate that. However, they can't sing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the decent category. This isn't like the worst one on this list. It's maybe, no, honestly, it would be very meh if it didn't have such good production quality. Like, I swear, Trisha's videos are like mini movies. They look like real legit professional music videos, which even YouTubers who probably had bigger budgets or like just bigger YouTubers in general didn't pull off the level of production that Trisha does. So, decent. Okay, next we have My Life as Ava's Literally My Life. Iconic. It's iconic. It's iconic. You know what's funny? I actually was watching, I think it was it on Alicia's channel? I think Alicia Marie did a Truth or Drink with My Life as Ava, and I think that she was talking about this music video, and I think she said that they spent like $25,000 making this music video, which is, she said she like paid a company, she wouldn't do it now, but like at the time it seemed like a good idea, which is fucking crazy. Can you imagine, like $25,000? But she said that on the video, because the video has millions of views, like tens of millions of views. She said after everything, she like barely broke even from this music video. However, one thing I will give it is it's iconic. Like, is it a great song? No. Is the production value great? No. Is the beat and the lyrics low-key iconic? Yeah. It's so funny because I had never seen this video until I think the sound went viral on TikTok. I was like, where is that sound from? And I looked it up and I found this video. I think the reason this falls into like icon status for me is because it's just so peak 2015 YouTube. Like if you were to sum up the year of 2015 on YouTube in a video, it would be this music video. Like this, the overexposure, the bright colors, the lifestyle girls, like all together, like that is 2015 YouTube in a nutshell, and that is why it's iconic. Thank you. Next, we have Bella Poach's Build a Bitch. Iconic. The music video is so good, and the song is so good. Like, I was not anticipating for her to like her music, and I wasn't anticipating to be a fan of her music, but this song is so great. And honestly, the one thing I will say about this music video, it's definitely well produced and well made. I think she actually has a label behind her, so that would make more sense that there's more money to put into a video like this. So it's definitely well made in general, just like high production value. But the other thing I love about this video is that there are cameos from other TikTok stars and YouTube stars, but they don't feel forced. I feel like a lot of times in these YouTuber music videos, they'll have cameos and they just feel really like they just feel fake. Like none of it feels real. The people, like it doesn't seem to fit organically. They just wanted someone to be like, oh, you know, X, Y, and Z person's also in this video, so their fans will go watch it. Like it felt like cross promotion. Whereas in this video, I felt like all of the cameos made a lot of sense to the story arc that they were trying to create. I also love the concept. I love the lyrics to the song. I think it makes a lot of sense. It's got a really catchy hook. And in general, Bella's camera presence in this video is phenomenal. Like we're about to get to a couple where the camera presence is so horrifically awkward. Hers was amazing. It was like she was meant to do music like this. Like she just did an amazing job with this. I think going into this video and also releasing this single, a lot of people probably really underestimated her and really underestimated her ability to produce music like this. But I think this is if this is a good indicator of what her music's gonna be, I think she has a type of future in this because this was really good and the video was also really good. Paired perfectly with the song. It was like on the nose without being too hokey. Like I really liked it. Like with Literally My Life and My Crown, those two are iconic because it's just like they represent something. Whereas this one was iconic because it was actually very good. Okay, next we have Hefner from Tana Mojo. This song was one of her biggest, I believe it was her biggest song. A lot of her other music videos are terrible, and this one's actually not very good. One thing I will say about Tana is that her video quality in all of her music videos is terrible. The production value is bad. It seems like they just rented a mansion for this shoot and then just had like a camcorder filming the entire thing. Like the quality is not very good. Again, she does this thing, kind of what I talked about Bella's, where it felt natural that there were cameos. She has a bunch of other famous YouTubers and like a lot of her friends in this video. Like she's Bella Thorne, and they feel very forced. Like the end of the video is literally a glorified sex scene with Bella Thorne, which is fine, but it's just like, why is that in there? Like, what is the point of that? She did say in an interview that this song was actually a diss track to Bella Thorne's ex-boyfriend, Black Bear. This is all too internet-y for me, so I don't care about any of that. What I care about is the music video, but I'm assuming assuming that's why Bella Thorne was in there with like a very graphic scene, because she wanted to be like F you to her boyfriend. I'm assuming that's why. However, I think in general, this music video would probably go in bad. I don't think it's the worst ever, but I don't think it's like very good. Like, it's just poor production quality. It's a very lazy video. It's not very well thought out. Tana halfway through has like a hair change where it's obvious that she like went in a pool and then they didn't want to fix her hair again. So she just has like normal frizzy hair. It's just weird. Like, you'd think, I guess you wouldn't think that it would be great production value, but yeah, this was not my favorite music video of the bunch for sure. It's also not even my favorite. I don't really have a favorite Tana music video, but this was definitely not my favorite music video of the bunch. Okay, next we have Erica Costell's For You music video. Some of you might not know what this is, but just know it's the worst ever. This is not only like the worst music video, it's also the worst song. This is where that line comes from where she's like, I'm Erica Costello. Like, this is what that song is from, if you know that meme. This music video is absolutely awful. Why does it look like she has 3 arms? Is that the back of her shirt flailing around in this thumbnail? Oh, that's confusing. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I think that the music video for this is terrible. Like, besides the song being just generally awful, because like, what the fuck is it about? What is it about? My favorite part of the song is when she says, I'm not an actress, I'm not a singer. And she didn't even really need to say that because both of those things were evident based on her performance in this music video, okay? It was not good. I think the weirdest part about this is it's shot obviously on like a sound stage and they just have like a white screen behind her. There's a part where she's feeding goats because I think for a while, especially during this era, this was in like 2016, 2017, she had this thing where her fan base was called the Goats and she was like obsessed with goats. That was her thing. And my favorite part about the goats being in the music video is that there's one clip that they put in, and I don't know why, where she's literally dancing around with treats in her hand, trying to like get the goats to pay attention to her. And she like very obviously has treats in her hands trying to get the goats' attention. It reminds me of when I'm trying to get my dogs to sit still for a Christmas card picture with treats, except I don't show the part where I'm holding the treats. I just show them sitting or standing or doing whatever they're doing. It was just funny they left that in. It intercuts between her with some goats, her in like some very strange outfits, and then also her laying on a couch naked covered in magazines, which serves no purpose to the plot. I guess there's no plot of this music video. I think the plot was just she's supposed to look pretty and twirl around, and like that was the premise of the music video. I think the funniest part to me, especially about all of these music videos, is I actually took a class in high school. It was like called, I think it was called music production or something like that. And we learned all about like music production. That was like the gist of it. But one of the lessons that my teacher had us do was about how to make a music video. And we had to actually make our own. And the very first step for making a music video is creating a storyboard. And you sit down, and you can even do it with stick figures, but you can sit down with like these sheets of paper that have boxes in them, and you basically just talk about what scenes you want to happen during what lines. So that way when you're there, you know what you want to shoot. Oh my God, look at me. Like a music video expert. That was one of the things we learned. And I'm genuinely curious for something like this Erica Costello video. Did they sit down and say, okay, when you're singing this line, you're gonna be awkwardly feeding some goats. When you're singing this line, you're gonna be naked and covered in magazines. When you're singing this line, we want you to awkwardly twirl with no choreography. Like, what was the point of that? So yeah, this is definitely the worst ever. It's bad. Next, we have Honestly. This is a Gabby Hanna song. I put this one on this list because obviously Gabby Hanna has a lot of music videos. I would argue that as far as like YouTube music videos goes, I wouldn't say hers are the best because I don't think that's true, but I do think she just has a large quantity of them. And honestly, out of all of the ones that are Gabby Hanna on this list, I'm gonna probably put this in decent. I think when this song came out, number one, in this video, I think people started to like Gabby's music a lot more. This is when she stopped doing, like after her first couple of songs, which were like Satellite and Out Loud, that were just really sort of just this like basic pop stuff. She started sort of channeling this more like you know, grungy vibe, I guess would be the word. Like she started channeling a little bit more edginess to her music. And I think that that did suit her voice better, number one. And also I think it makes for a more interesting music video. Like I think an edgier music video is going to look cooler than something where you're like standing in front of a wall of Polaroids like she did in Out Loud. I think it was decent. I think it's her best music video out of pretty much all of them. And I also think that this song was just kind of a good song in general. Like out of all of her songs, I think honestly is actually a good song. It's probably my favorite out of all of the Gabby Hanna songs. I really like this song. I think a lot of people did. There was like a cool little dance break in there. I will say Nick DiRamio has done videos breaking down her music videos, so it's kind of shattered the glass for me a little bit because he's really talked about sort of the things that you don't notice until you notice about these videos. And one of them is that all of her music videos, especially for this era of her music, were shot in like the same desolate warehouse location. However, I don't think it looks bad. I mean, it's obvious that she didn't have some crazy amazing budget, but she just kind of did what she could. And I don't think it turned out bad. I think it's like edgy. It at least has like a semi storyline. Like there's some interesting shots in there. There's a dance break. She uses a metal chair. And also the honestly encore, which is at the end of this music video. Gabby always does this. She does these like encores at the end of her music videos, and it always throws me off because sometimes they're so cringy and terrible. Like the one from Broken Girls, I hate it more. It makes me so uncomfortable. But this one, I actually thought was pretty good. She was like tied up in all these ropes and there was like men around her. It was a lot, like, but it was good. I liked it. So this was definitely a decent music video for me. Definitely not iconic, but like good. It was fine. It was like, okay, I liked it. Not bad. Okay, next we have this music video from Nessa Barrett. This is a still from her music video La Di Die. I actually didn't know who Nessa Barrett was until watching this video. I know that she sings that song that's like, that one, which I like that song. It's a bop. I will say out of all the people on this list, her and Bella Poach are probably the most like actually talented. Yeah, I feel like I can safely say that. I feel like they're the two that actually seem to have really good singing voices and also are putting out music that not only is like good for like a YouTuber, it's like good on, I could hear this on the radio and I wouldn't think that was weird. Like I think her voice is actually really pretty. It sounds really pretty. I listened to a couple of acoustic videos of her and she does have a really nice singing voice outside of just like auto-tune and stuff like that. However, I did find the concept for this video, I didn't mind the song. The song was fine. I don't think it's like her best song ever, but I found the concept for this to be just kind of meh. It's just kind of about like a girl going through life. Like it's nothing crazy or exciting or interesting. There's no like interesting plot twists. Feels very generic, I guess you could say, which kind of sucks because I think in general her songs are a lot better. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in very meh. I feel like it is on par if we're talking just purely the video. It's definitely on par with Be Happy. Probably a little bit better production value, but I don't know that I would throw it in decent just yet. Yeah, you know what? I am going to put it in decent. And honestly, I'm honestly going to put honestly in very meh. I've decided to switch these two because I'm comparing the two videos in my head, and the Nessa Barrett one was definitely better produced and more interesting than the honestly one. I think I was rating honestly higher because Gabby Hanna's songs in general tend to rank a little bit lower for me. So I wanted to be like, well, this is the one I like, so I'm going to put it higher. But if I'm being honest, it was a very meh video. And I feel like Nessa's was a lot more like well produced, deserves to be a little bit higher because it is really good and she's very talented. Like I really liked her music. Okay, next we have Jake Paul's diss track to Teachers right next to his ex. Worst ever. Terrible. Such a bad song, such a bad music video, terrible in general. My husband is a teacher, he's a special education teacher, and I have no appreciation for a diss track made about teachers. They are some of the hardest, allow me to get in my soapbox for a second, they are some of the hardest working and most underpaid and undervalued individuals in the American workforce, in my personal opinion. And I genuinely believe that anyone saying anything negative about teachers, especially amid a pandemic, not that this was made in the pandemic, I'm speaking more from personal experience, can just literally fuck right off. If you're angry at your kids' teachers, or you're angry at your own teachers, your anger is probably misplaced because the school district and the school board is probably not supporting their teachers right now. Just a little PSA, I guess. But anyway, this is so dumb. Like, I don't understand why Jake Paul was like, my teacher never taught me how to drive a Ferrari, so that means they all suck. They never taught me that. They never taught me to buy a Lambo in cash. That's just so bizarre to me. And on top of that, the crazier thing about this music video is that when he was featured in the Shane Dawson doc, Shane actually asked him about this video. It was one of the very few times Shane actually asked him like a tough question. And Jake was literally like, well, my teachers never taught me the things I said in the song, so I wrote a song about it. And it was like, yeah, with your tens of millions of child fans, you thought it would be a really cool and fun idea to shit on teachers so that your kid fan base would go to school the next day and make teachers' jobs even harder than they already are. Great. So yeah, that one's the worst ever. That definitely goes down there. If not only for the content, just on top of that, the music video, lazy, like so lazy. It's so poorly made and so stupid. Just involves a bunch of Team 10 members pretending that they're rapper. It's just terrible. Absolutely terrible. The laziest music video. Okay, next. Debated putting this in. Here's the thing. I have never thought that James Charles had a good singing voice. Ever. I've always really disliked his singing voice. I just don't think it's good. I think what's made worse about it is that he surrounds himself with people who are actually very talented singers. So like the kid in this video, technically this isn't a music video. I love that I put it in the worst ever without saying anything. First of all, there's sex dancing and doing TikTok dances in the background. Second of all, the kid he's singing with is actually very talented. He sounds great. His tone and pitch are great. And third of all, James's body roll in this video, done. I think the thing about James is that he tries really hard to like fit in with the cool kids. Like that's the vibe that I get from him. Oh my God, wait guys, there's 3 sexual in this video. No wonder it was removed from YouTube. I think the interesting thing about this video is that James tries really hard, I think, to just be seen as like cool, like one of the cool kids. And I wish he would just like, well, honestly, I wish he would just leave the internet, but since he's not, I wish he would just embrace the fact that he like isn't a TikTok kid. Like he can't do the TikTok dances. He's not very good at them. I can't either. Lots of people can't do them. You know who can? Charli D'Amelio. Leave it to her. Like, I don't understand why he tries so hard to do all of these things that are not necessarily his forte. I do think it's good to always push yourself out of your comfort zone and do things that are like a little bit different. But I feel like he just would, his videos in general, especially videos like this, like his singing videos, would be better if he was actually doing songs and music and things that actually made sense for him and were on brand for him, instead of just trying to do what he thinks is trendy and cool, because it comes off as just trying way too hard. I also think the concept of this music video is fucking stupid. I'm gonna count this as a music video. You wanna know why? Because this is technically an original song. Granted, it's a mashup, but they mashed all of this up and like made all of this song together, and there's dancers. What more do you need in a music video? So I will consider this a music video, and I think the problem is it's so lazy. They're just on a basketball court, and you have like one and Pedophile 2 in the background doing body rolls and, you know, the Renegade, and it just makes no fucking sense to me with like a mic in the middle. 0 sense. Absolutely not. Do not like it. I also think the funnier thing about this video, it's like not really funny because of the people in it, but I do think the funnier thing about this video is that James and his singing partner, I'm not sure who that person is, but James and his singing partner, they do this thing where they'll like laugh. They'll be like, ah ha ha, in the video. And obviously this was all very pre-recorded. Like the vocals for this are pre-recorded. They were not singing this on a basketball court live. Like this is all pre-recorded, edited, whatever. And you can tell that they're trying to make sure that they're like, ah ha ha, matches up with the ah ha ha they did in the recording. So that just adds a little bit of humor to the situation. Next we have Larry's canceled music video. Okay, hear me out. I'm not the biggest Larry fan, but I am going to put this in iconic because number 1, he was my favorite character in the Hype House show. Number 2, this is not the only reason. Number 2, I don't think the video, honestly, Bella Poaches is still iconic for just being like actually good. So I want to put her like in her own category almost. These 3 are iconic. This Larry video is not good. Like it's not well produced. It's not particularly anything special. The music is like not great. It's literally just like a diss track against all YouTubers. The reason I think that this is iconic is because he did a diss track about all of these different YouTubers and TikTokers, which, by the way, I didn't know like 90% of the people in the video, and I think that means I'm getting old, so that's stressful. Anyway, he did this video that was like a diss track towards all these YouTubers and TikTokers, and the video features all of the people that he is shit talking. And I just think that's kind of iconic. Like, he literally was like, I'm gonna shit on all of you, but you're all gonna be in on the joke and you're gonna be in this music video with me. It's just funny. Like, the fact that he was like shitting on James Charles and like Bryce Hall and the Dolan twins, and they were all just sitting there in the video with him, like bopping along, is so iconic to me. Like, I've just never seen a diss track done like this. I feel like this is the best way to do one, is to like do one about your friends in I feel like honestly what this was just poking fun at the fact that so many diss tracks on YouTube are fake and fabricated and like false beef and just like bullshit. If you're gonna diss people publicly but like be friends with them behind the scenes, why not just diss them publicly and have them come dance in the video with you? So yeah, iconic for me. I liked that one. Okay, next we have Gabby Hanna's Out Loud. Ugh, I'm gonna put this in bad. I feel like the whole premise of this video is that she's like singing about a loss, and a lot of people think that at first the whole like plot twist is you think that it's about like a relationship where she got broken up with, or they, you know, whatever, but then at the end it's like, oh my god, the guy was dead the whole time. So when she sings like, oh, you're just a ghost now, it's because he's dead, and like that was the big plot twist. I don't know. This whole video is very, you know how like My Life as Ava is like 2015, but in like a good way, like a representation of 2015 YouTube. This is very like Tumblr girl, kind of like cringy post vibes to me. I can't describe it. I don't think the production quality of this video is particularly bad. Like, I think that it's actually pretty good. But I do think that just in general, the lyrics, the song, the like weird depressing plot twist, the like random lights that were cast upon her, the Polaroid wall behind her, like just not my favorite thing in the world. So I am gonna put it in the bad category. And I think of Gabby's videos and her songs, this one is probably one of her worst ones. Because I feel like this was more like the Gabby show does a song. And I think that this vibe was very different than her more Gabby Hanna style music. And I think of those songs, this one was like not the best. Okay, 21st Century Vampire. This is by Lil Huddy, who is a TikToker. I'm gonna put this in decent. I actually think the music video, very well done, a very creative concept. Literally the whole point is that he's like a 21st century vampire. Are there some bad CGI effects where he like bites into people? Yes. Is there some bad acting? Yes. But I don't think it's a terrible music video in general. Like, it's really not bad, and I think that the concept is cool. I think it's different. The song is definitely cool and catchy and different, so that's not bad. Again, am I gonna bop to this song in my car? No, but I don't think it's a terrible song. And I think if we're judging music videos alone and like concepts, it's actually good. I liked this one. I like Chase. Like, he's kind of leaning really heavily into like the edgy brand, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think it's bad. Okay, next we have Jake Paul's It's Everyday Bro. Oh my god.
It's everyday, bro, with that Disney Channel flow.
I know all the words to this song because when I was doing my like video on the Pauls this past summer, I had to watch all these music videos, and I listened to the song way too many times. Part of me wants to put it in the worst ever. Part of me just wants to put it in bad. The only reason I'm considering upping it just a little bit is because I do think I would never put it in the iconic category, just because I think it was like all of these are not necessarily bad music videos. This was like a bad music video. It was bad music video, it was a bad song, just like terrible. It kind of does go in the worst ever, I guess. Maybe. The only reason I'm debating moving it up even a little bit is, and I'm not even gonna explain the song because it's just a bunch of the kids jumping around in like white t-shirts. There's nothing to this video, nothing to this song, like flexing in front of a car they rented. Like, that was it. So I don't think it's necessarily like iconic. The only reason I'm debating moving it up a little bit to like the bad category is simply because of the impact this had on YouTube. Like, I feel like so many people talked about this video and it got so much attention and so much just like not hype, but just like buzz. Like there was a lot of buzz around this song for how bad it was. And I almost feel like that puts it in just the bad category. Also, if I'm looking at the other ones in the worst ever category, they were either horrific in the sense of like the theming was horrific, or they were just very, very, very lazy. And I feel like this wasn't necessarily incredibly lazy. Like it at least had some differentiating shots. The Erica Costello one was literally in front of a white wall. This, at least they rented a car to pose in front of and like rented a mansion to pose in front of. So I'm hesitant to put it in the worst ever, even though I think it's definitely like one of the most iconically worst ever YouTube music videos. Does that make sense? I wish I had an iconically worst section to put this in, because it was, I honestly would put a couple of these in there because it's so bad, but it's like low key. Everybody knows this fucking music video and song if you were on YouTube during this time. Like every commentator was talking about it. Media outlets were talking about it. Like it was just such a huge deal at the time. Okay, next we have Trisha Paytas's Get Freaky music video. I am gonna again put this one in decent. I actually really liked this song. It's very fucking catchy. I'm a sucker for a hook though. Like I feel like pop star writers write songs and write choruses for my type of music interest, because I am a sucker for a catchy hook, and they're like,
Get freaky.
like stuck in my head constantly. It's actually a very good hook. Do I think Trisha Paytas wrote this? No, but it's a good hook. I will say, out of all the music videos like in this row, this one is very well produced. There's like a theme to it. There is dancers. There is a whole dance sequence that actually fits Trisha's dance ability very well. It's entertaining to watch. There's a lot going on. There's stories happening. It's interesting. And the fucking funniest thing about this music video is that the entire thing is sponsored by Adam and Eve. The whole thing is sponsored by Adam and Eve. I cannot imagine, because I think this video got like 7 million views. I cannot imagine the bag that Trisha got for literally just posting their Adam and Eve promo pic. I was wondering, because when I was watching it, I was like, it's kind of weird that they're using like floggers so prominently in this video. Like, not that that's that weird, but it was just like a lot. I was like, why are they showing all these sex toys? And it's because it was sponsored by Adam and fucking Eve. So Trisha literally did an Adam and Eve sponsorship as like a music video, which that's fucking dope. Like, I'm sorry, that's so cool to do an entire sponsorship based around a music video that's like about a song about getting freaky. That's genius marketing, in my opinion. So I will say this is decent. Trisha's music videos, especially their older stuff, their newer stuff is just full of like cultural appropriation and horrific themes. And like, while the quality is still good, the like storylines are very weird and off-putting. However, these two music videos, these older ones, were actually great. Like, I thought they were really good. I really liked them. Again, I'm still very thrown by the fact that Trisha can't actually sing. But you know, you win some, you lose some. Next, Butterflies, Gabby Hanna. I think I'm also gonna put this in decent. Here's my reasoning. This is not my favorite Gabby Hanna song, not even a little bit. However, as far as music video goes, I think this is her best music video. Like, it's the most creative concept. The whole point was these different sort of colorful themes, and each theme was like a different version of like love. So she had like a housewife in all yellow planting flowers. She had like a ballerina in all white who was, you know, doing ballet. She had but they were all her. So it was like her dressed up as the ballerina, her dressed up as the housewife, her dressed up in the like red singer costume. That was kind of the premise of this. And I have to say, like, overall the theme, it's good. Everything starts out really happy and like hunky-dory, cutesy, everyone's in love. And then it becomes this very like sad, angry, like, you know, they're like stabbing cakes with hearts in them. It becomes this like angry thing, but it's actually really well done. I think that the actual cinematography is really great. I think that Gabby performs pretty well in this video. Like, I think her performance is probably the best out of all of her music videos. I think, again, her vocals are decent in this. Like, I think in general, this is definitely a decent music video. It's good. I liked it as far as music videos go. I still think Honestly is my favorite song. And I like that video better. Almost like, I kind of like the more grungy, like not low budget, but I guess it is low budget. I almost like that vibe from Gabby a little bit more, whereas like these overproduced ones, technically this is definitely a better music video than Honestly, because it has like a clear theme, a clear storyline. It's a little bit more laid out. The production value is a little bit higher, but something about the Honestly music video I really like. So I guess I would say, like, if I'm trying not to put my own personal bias, wait, this whole video is my personal bias. This is just a video about my fucking opinions. If I'm trying not to put just my personal bias of which song I like better, Butterflies is the better music video, but I think I just like Honestly as a song better. So that's why I wanted to rank it higher. Next, we have Tana Mongeau's Fuck Up. This is just a bad music video. It's not a bad song. I would argue that out of all of Tana Mongeau's songs, this is the best song. Like, I actually think it's good. It sounds nothing like her. Like, this is not her voice. This is a heavily edited and auto-tuned version of what her voice sounds like. This is literally not Tana Mongeau singing this song. It's a different human being. However, the music video is fucking bad. It's so bad. It's just like so all over the place. There's one point where she's like in a straitjacket. There's this really, really horrifically awkward end scene where she's sitting with her therapist. It's actually just her friend who everyone knows. And he's like, hey, can I get a selfie with you? And his one line was delivered horribly. And then she's like, you're just like everyone. And then there's other parts where she's just like, kind of like glorifying drug use and partying and like being depressed and partying your depression away, which I think is a really toxic trait. Again, with the schools, there's one part where she's just like in a school and telling the teacher to like F off, but there's just no thought put into it. Like, it's obviously not shot in a classroom. There's a part where she's running from the police, but it's obviously just like those cheap lights you can buy on Amazon that look like police lights. Just low effort, low budget, and not really any thought put into it, basically. Next, we have Boomerang. Do I need to say more? I actually love JoJo Siwa. I'm low-key a JoJo Siwa stan. I follow her on TikTok, and I saw her whole journey on Dancing with the Stars, and I just think that she is incredible. I think she's a very talented and hardworking person, and I think that this music video was fucking iconic. Like, I think it's so good. The fact that like a 10-year-old had the range to come out with this music video is incredibly impressive. Iconic. I'm sorry. Not much to say about that one. Just iconic. Wanted to throw her in there because I thought that was like super cute and fun. Finally, my voice is literally getting raspy. I've been talking for like an hour and a half. Oh my God. We have the Rice Gum and Alyssa Violet It's Every Night Sis, which was basically a direct response to It's Everyday Bro. I am gonna put this in the worst ever category, mostly because the music video for this is so bad. It's literally them like ghost riding a Lamborghini for half the shots. There's also a trillion times where Alyssa Violet, who is in this music video, she's like pulling up her top the entire video, and it is the most distracting thing on the planet. I'm like, could nobody get her invisible straps to just staple on that thing during the shoot? Did nobody see how much she was struggling to keep her top up? This poor girl. Like, it's a cute outfit, but like she's pulling it up the entire time. There's a part where they're just like in the middle of the street with fidget spinners. There's a part where they're just in their own house on like a balcony. It's just a really lazily shot music video. I do think the production value is not terrible, but it's just no concept. Like, the song is supposed to be a diss track, but all they do is like walk around and like try to look cool. And it's again kind of with that James Charles thing where I feel like they were just trying way too hard to look cool and like they were like owning someone, and that just wasn't the case. It just looks really strange and not put together well, and like they shot the video and planned the video and found all the sites and locations in like 30 seconds. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Okay, that video is a fucking doozy. That's gonna be it for me. I hope you guys like this video. Let me know how you would rank all of these down below. I think this is definitely our official ranking. I'm very curious to know what you guys think of all of these. I think I stand by everything in here. I really do. Yes, I stand by it. Let me know what you guys think about all this down below. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, or just like, or just subscribe, or do neither. Honestly, just so happy you're watching me. Thank you so much for being here. My merch, my social media, my podcast and vlog channel, and my social justice spotlight will all be linked down below. You can go check those out. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!